I just want the whole world to see my versatility as a vocalist, my love for music. And that doesn't just necessarily belong in one spectrum. That could be something from Afro beats to Qawwali, to hip hop, to UK garage. And I think that's been present in my work. I may flirt with the notion of nostalgia, you know, the cultural elements are unapologetically there, but at the heart of it all, I am a South London lad and I'm representing my generation, I'm representing my borough, I'm representing my part of the town, you know, Streatham Hill, and how someone from my neck of the woods contributes to that, the bigger music scene. Hey, what's going on, people? This is Raf Saperra. I'm on PopShift and I'm here to give the lyrical breakdown for my track, Modern Mirza. This, you know, Modern Mirza for me was like a head nod to not only the golden era of Punjabi music, but also touching in with like Punjabi folklore. A big part of me being celebrated today as a Punjabi vocalist, people have always felt like my vocals, my vocal texture, the throw, the range, the choice of songs, and just overall vocal mannerisms have been very folk orientated. And as you know, the land of the five rivers, Punjab, has a rich history of Punjabi folklore. Basically translates into like, you know, we're gonna meet, you know, death today, and our way of living is just different. Jira dab naal lagga kadde agni, which basically means the thing that's attached to my hip, it, you know, it spits fire. We kind of wrap up the hook and, you know, it's a dialogue that a brother's having with a gal and he's letting her know. You've basically turned the whole village into a graveyard. You've turned the whole hood into a graveyard. There's shots, there's fires, there's bullets flying in the open land. He's kind of praising her, you know, because of how beautiful she is. I'm not one of them Punjabi artists that's talking about waps and guns all the time. That's just village life over there, you feel me? Like those people over there, they all have chache, tai, like, you know, that's family over there, you feel me? And you don't see the waps and the guns in inner city Lahore. But when you pull up to the village, that's when you see that stuff. And I feel that's culture. And if anyone who's got a problem with that, you could do one. Teri tor ka talana ni maraya, like your deadly strut has got the man them going all crazy. You know, kara billi billi aakhne garaya. Billy can be, you know, translated to a certain eye color, but just to keep it blessed for all the eye colors out there, we're gonna say your beautiful eyes. Lighter eyes ain't prettier than darker eyes. Just, I like nice eyes. पुराना जानी ना तू मिर्जा मैं अज दा सिद्धा बैरियां दी हिक्कां विच वजदा साडे असला डिगी दे विचों लभदा गल्लां हुंदियां ने पिंड पिंड शहर कुड़े. So what that basically means is, don't get me twisted for an old school Mirza, because I'll rap you straight in your chest. You know, for those that know, Mirza got duppied by his by Seba's brothers. You know, they come running up on him. He was sleeping. You know, Mirza, you were lacking, bro. So he was sleeping under a tree. And obviously he was an archer. You know, Mirza was sleeping, Sahiban was sleeping on a little romantic thing. And he's a bad boy archer, Mirza. So she knows that if he grabs the bow and arrow, like, my brothers are dead. And that is another tragic element to this. Like, she now has to pick between her brothers and Mirza. And what she done is, she broke up man's arrows, hoping like, you know what, let me chat to my brothers. Like, I'll bust this, so then he don't bust my brothers. But at the same time, let me not kill my brothers. And that's a very awkward and a difficult place for Sahiban to be as a woman in Punjabi folklore. And there's some renditions that speak about how she betrayed her lover. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see some renditions to see it from another perspective of Sahiban. Sahiban's brothers have come and they've just not even tried to hear anything. They've smoked him and like, yo, Mirza got cut up underneath the trees. So, yeah, rest in peace, Mirza. ਸਾਡੇ ਅਸਲਾ ਡਿੱਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਪਿੰਡ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਕੁੜੇ, which basically means, you know, you can find waps in our cars, not my car, their cars, the Mandem's cars, not mine. But yeah, you can find waps in the Mandem's whips, and they speak about it. ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਪਿੰਡ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਕੁੜੇ, they're talking about it in every village and every city. ਵੇਲਾ ਲੰਘ ਗਿਆ ਧੀਰ ਨੀ ਕਮਾਣ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਅਸਲੇ ਦੇ ਛਾਵੇਂ ਨਿਗਮਾਨ ਦਾ ਅੱਖ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਖੜਾ ਕੇ ਅਫਗਾਨ ਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਰਾਤ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦਿਨ ਕੀ ਦੁਪਹਿਰ ਕੁੜੇ It's like, bro, gone are the days of bow and arrow. Let's be honest, if something's kicking off outside, you man are not grabbing bows and arrows, yeah? Munda asle de shawin nigman da. Like, bro, man is chilling in the cool shade of Arsenal, and you know, I'm easy with, you know, what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tell you one thing about this particular line. What I actually intended and what me and the songwriter obviously were referring to in this, a lot of people have actually come back with their own versions of like, yo, this is what this line means, right? Or like, yo, this is what this line means, right? And I feel it's kind of like a Tarantino Pulp Fiction situation going on, like people talking about what was inside the suitcase. And I feel like that creativity, and I've heard so many different renditions of like, yo, this is what this line means. And that shit there excites me, man. You know, people, the audience, who we make this stuff for, coming with so many different things and ideas. And for that reason alone, I don't ever want to explain this line. ਕਾਲੀ ਬੱਕੀ ਚ ਪੰਧੋਲੇ ਫਿਰੇ ਸ਼ੂਕਦਾ ਰੋੜਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਰੈਫ ਦੀ ਮਸ਼ੂਕਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਵੈਰੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਰੋਂਦ ਫਿਰੇ ਫੂਕਦਾ ਲੱਕ ਪੱਤਲੇ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਰ ਮਚਾਇਆ ਕਾਲੀ ਬੱਕੀ ਚ ਪੰਧੋਲ ਫਿਰੇ ਸ਼ੂਕਦਾ ਪੰਧੋਲ is one of the songwriters whose name is Roopstar Rhymes. That's one of his boys. Kali Bucky was actually the name of Mirza's horse. So, but he's used it as a metaphor to be there, like the Bucky is the whip. So he's like in a black whip, or in the music video, an actual black horse. Rola pege ani rafadi mashukda basically translates into there's just a lot of passa about Raf and the gal that he's chatting to. Rupa variante ronde fere fukda. And that basically means Roop's just busting shots on all the haters, on all the ops. And Roop is obviously referring to himself as the writer. Just a nice little sign out. It's the last line for the Mirza joint. And everyone's just signing out, man, just bigging themselves up. What more do you want? Hey, yo, so that's it, my people. That's the subtext to my single, Modern Mirza, taken from the mixtape, Rough Round the Edges, my debut body of work. Make sure you go check that out, because I think there's a little bit of something in there for everyone. If you're a Punjabi, Desi, Paired, Bhangra lover, if you're a UK garage, electronic dance music lover, if you are more on, you know, the classical, Sufi-orientated sound lover, probably whatever you are. There's a little something in there for everyone. Yo, big up to PopShift for having me down. My boy Raf Saperra. Make sure you keep looking out for all the content that PopShift are dropping if you want to see similar stuff like this. Peace out.